Hi, my name's Jayne. I come from Widnes and I am a head of managed healthcare services. I work in healthcare. We came to sell our property because my mother-in-law passed away and we, as part of probate, had to deal with her estate. Looking to sell the property, we came across Springbok, having had a poor experience with an estate agent, and we were looking for an easier sell that was more stress-free for us as grieving relatives. We found Springbok, having had a poor experience with estate agents. I was looking for an easier way to sell the property to reduce the stress on myself, my husband and my sister-in-law. We needed somebody who could take some of that administrative burden from us and manage the sale more efficiently, effectively, and with less interference to us and less intrusion on our lives. I did a search. I was looking for companies that could maybe buy our property or sell our property for us and provide that level of service and support. And Springbok came up in one of those searches. I did look at other companies, but the offering and the support given by Springbok seemed to be right. Having had a simple call with the Springbok agent, I made that decision. I worked with my husband and my sister-in-law, and we decided to go with Springbok and sign a contract with them. Around May, June time last year, 2024, we found ourselves in the position of looking for somebody else to sell the property, and we found Springbok and we went ahead with them. Very quickly, and within a short space of time actually, we secured a buyer. I think it may have only been a couple of weeks we actually secured the buyer for the property. The property did require quite a lot of development work. We'd had a flood. There was lots of problems. So finding a buyer and assuring a price really kind of gave us that peace of mind that things would move forward. We progressed then, we linked into our solicitor, and we were able to provide them with all of the information that was required. Interestingly for us, we did have an issue with the land registry. My father-in-law had passed away first and nothing had ever been done about that. But this complication was dealt with swiftly and smoothly, both by our agent, but also in combination with the solicitor. We felt we were kept up to date every step of the way. So when there was interaction with the buyer's solicitors, with our solicitors, if we submitted forms, if we had to provide further information, our agent was readily available on the phone and was doing most of that liaison for us. We simply just submitted the forms that were required and dealt with any extra inquiries. Our agent kept us up to speed again. So we originally set a completion date and there was a small issue with our solicitor. And so we just postponed that for a day or two. But being kept in the loop made all the difference. Having that very open and clear communication every step of the way meant that we had that trust that the completion would happen at that rearranged date. And it did. Completion was very smooth. We received a completion statement the same day, and that outlined all of the funds, where everything had gone, the amount that we were expecting. And again, it allowed us to have something in paper, in black and white, that my husband and my sister-in-law could have to use for other purposes. For us, we were able to look through the fees that we'd been charged. We were really happy with that. Everything was very transparent. We did have a slight issue that we contacted our agent with, and that was resolved within the hour. Really swiftly, excellent service, and nothing ever seemed to be too much trouble for our agent either. It was, as I said, very comprehensive and very reassuring. So much so, we actually went ahead and placed a second property on the market with Springbok. So for us, we're in quite a unique position really, in that we'd attempted to sell this property already via an estate agent, and we'd been through all of the associated stress with that process. We'd had solicitor already involved, we had the estate agent involved, and we had that relentless need to go back to the property time and time again to chase the estate agent regarding viewings and what they were doing about marketing the property. And it felt like it was just increasingly stressful. When we got to the point where we made the decision to move away and we signed with Springbok, And this became so much easier. And one of my key things that I would recommend anybody to use Springbok for is that reassurance that if you have a busy life, like my husband and I have, my sister-in-law has, if you're in a position where this is an estate property and actually you're grieving at the same time, what you don't want is that additional stress of chasing people. Springbok removed all of that for us. They did the chasing, they did the marketing, they provided us with information and kept us up to date every step of the way. It enabled us to feel confident that the property would be sold at a price that we felt was fair and represented the market value. We felt that we were treated with respect, particularly because we were grieving and particularly because we'd had such a stressful situation. And so our overall experience was very, very positive and a world away from that traditional experience of estate agent sales. Another reason why I'd recommend Springbok particularly is because everything is so transparent. It's very clear up front. You agree that fee, you agree that price for your property, you agree the process that you want to follow, whether that's, a straight up cash payment or for them to sell the property on your behalf. And for us, again, this was really important. It allowed us to make choices that at that time were critical. Moving forward, I would recommend anybody in this situation to use this service. This company are very, very helpful. Even if you have a gripe, they handle you really, really well. They're very, very professional. They're very friendly and approachable and always there if you need them, either by email or over the phone. And if your agent isn't available, somebody else will find that out for you. Somebody else will help you. Nobody leaves you waiting until your agent is back available. They are incredibly flexible and go that extra mile to make sure you have any reassurances that you need.